time. Like, so late. We're so fucking late today. We're so late today. We are so late today. And it's kind of weird how that one came up. Ready. No. Start now. My bad, guys. I'm like later than I ever been to the show. And it makes no sense, bro. But, you know, gotta sit here and grind out a bunch of things around here. Oh yeah, let me get this CGI background for y'all. Cause y'all need that CGI, y'all like, right? Camera chroma key. I forgot to turn it on. I want to switch the background. Cause you know how we do it. We switch the background every time now. Whew. Y'all. What you talking about? What you talking about? Pop that joint right up on there. And we in here. We're definitely in here. We're in here in a way that's not going to make so much sense as of yet, as of now. But hey, guess what? We're here now. And you're going to have to get used to it. You're going to have to get used to seeing us on your TV screens. Seeing us on your phone devices. Seeing us like everywhere. I just want to make sure that we're posted live where we need to be posted at. Right? You want to make sure the live streams are working indeed. That joint is working indeed. Indeed, yeah. Indeed. Indeed. If you need a job and you're really in need, get on Indeed. On Indeed. If you want to get some dollar funds, get on Indeed. Get on Indeed. I gotta get this broadcast up on X on Indeed. On Indeed. Add a category. Add a category. I call this on television. The categories is like corny. Everyone. One. Select the source. Click that broadcast and then you post. And then you post. And then you post. What's up? What's up, bro? How's life over there? You having a good Thanksgiving? A good Thanksgiving Eve? Or Thanksgiving Day or whatever? You know, it's Styles P's birthday. You gotta say happy birthday to Styles P out this joint. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of news stories for you guys. And I'm going to be trying to pull them up on this phone while talking to y'all on them phone. But what are you doing? I'm getting this news site ready. This news, like, we got news for you guys today. We got a lot of news for you guys today. First, we're going to go through this, little Google trendy thingy or whatever. Yeah. This the news. This the real news. A lot of these other dudes, they got fake news. But you work till Friday. Fun news. Because they didn't like fake news. It's not my birthday. It's Styles P's birthday. SP the Ghost. Holiday Styles. Yeah. Play DRM control content. I guess. I don't know what a fucking... What's DRM mean? I should have asked one of these AIs before I approved that shit, but a little bit too late for that. So, first news story we have of the night comes from the Sun. Watch out. Macy's. What's going on with this one? Macy's Thanksgiving parade branded as a circus after an AI rockers mic. Let me 10 seconds, guys. Portrait flip. At the AI rockers mic, blunder and Jimmy Fallon's outfit choice. Well, what happened in here? Oh, we gonna watch this video. NYPD is racist. Oh, who they arresting? NYPD is racist. What they got going on right here? Why are they arresting this man? NYPD is indeed racist. So we're going to get into the story, right? Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has been slammed as a circus after interruptions from protesters and bizarre behavior from the host of iconic event left viewers unimpressed. Viewers who turned in live to the 98th annual parade were quick to point out the blunders by stars including Jimmy Fallon and AI Rocker. What's an AI Rocker? Do any of you guys know what an AI Rocker is? AI Rocker is a festival continued during the rainy day in New York City. That's it? Is that the whole news story they got for us? Oh, the dreary parade underwhelmed onlookers as it was disrupted by pro-Palestine protesters for the second year in a row. 2 years in a row, y'all better free Palestine. Leading to multiple arrests by New York Police Department. New York City is racist. Plus, the chilly weather left paragoers stuck in the rain as balloons and floats appeared to float closer to the around the unusual technical issues caused by awkward pauses during the live performances. Why was these awkward performances happening? We gotta find out, guys. However, the rain didn't stop Fallon, the Tonight Show host, from wearing sunglasses as he kicked off the gloomy procession by riding on one of the iconic floats for his 10th time, despite telling people he got golfers' eyebrows from wearing the 3-hour parade in last year's past. I don't know what a golfer's sunglasses is, but I ain't never went golfing. And then this dude's out here in his little sunglasses with it. Like, why you gotta have the sunglasses on, bro? What you out here wearing sunglasses for? You want a little float parade. Sunglasses in the rain is the most Jimmy Fallon that Jimmy can Fallon. One viewer wrote on X. That is taking the circus to a whole new level, another added. Fallon later wished the crowd's attendants and viewers a happy Thanksgiving, but his mic appeared to be off. Oh, they shut his mic off? Why they shut his mic off? He starred alongside the Roots performing a rendition of the track Hey Rudy. He was one of the several stars accused of lip syncing. Mike is barely near his face, one viewer claimed. Jimmy Fallon with the worst case of lip singing ever, a second said. He even talked when the song was over and his mic wasn't even working. NBC broadcast the parade, which has hosted by Today Show host Savannah Grotru, AI Rocker. Is that Al Rocker? And Honda copped. This cops last Thanksgiving Day parade as the Today Show host after she announced in September she will be leaving the show after 6 years as an anchor. Rocker's mic issues, but it wasn't cops that caught everyone's attention. Viewers were furious when Rocker, 70-year-old Rocker? What? Why is you still a rock star at 70? No, you gotta get over yourself, bro. You gotta get over yourself. Seemed to be unable to remember to speak into his microphone correctly despite hosting the parade since 1997. Well, you know, that's why, like I said, we need to stop electing a whole bunch of old people. Because when you be electing a whole bunch of old people, it's just a matter of time before they bring it. Like, the dude is 70 years old. Don't expect him to be on top of his game forever. We don't live forever. Sometimes your brains turn to mush if you live long enough for it. AI Rocker has been on the TV my entire life and still can't talk into the microphone. Laughing my butt off. One wrote on X, how is Al Rocker has been doing this parade for 79 years and doesn't know how to use a microphone? Another jokes. Because you don't have to speak directly into the microphone. I keep my microphone a little bit far away. Like, someone tell Al Rocker to hold the mic closer to his mouth when he speaks, a third of eyes. You don't even need it no more. Yeah, they said he was 70 and then 79. That's more like 80. Like, you can't expect him to have common sense forever. Rocker was called out when he accidentally revealed a major spoiler about the Wicked movie, which stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. And we got a news story on our website, WTFFN.net, about that whole little thing going on. He asked India Mezzo about her cameo in the movie, and she reminded him for spilling, saying, "You're not supposed to tell anyone about the cameo. Counts out the bag." Others more symptomatic to the rocker branded him an international treasure on social media. Wow. Non-stop performances. Listen, I'm not breaking down the whole Macy's Day Parade because I don't care about the Macy's Day Parade. So, what's going on? We got stuff from the PC Gamer. Let me get a sip of coffee. I want to sit here and talk to some of you guys. Is that your real hair? Nah, that's fake hair. Yeah, I got a wig on, bro. I got a wig on. What? How do you know I had fake hair? Let's see what else is going on. We got the ASMR girl in here. She's probably a streamer looking for the little simpies or whatever. We got Baddie in here, said him hiking. No, what? Who Oh, nice. Okay, we read a lot of that. And like everybody need to know it's Style Speaks birthday. So you see him on the joint or whatever, anywhere online. Jump in that joint and say happy birthday. So let's see. The antitrust lawsuit against Steam is now a class action, and that could have big repercussions for Volve. Well, the thing is, I don't know if a lot of you guys realize Steam is a Linux platform. So if you got something like, let me grab it real quick. If you actually had one of these, and you got a USB, if you got a USB-C to if you got a USB-C to a USB-A, you could actually put Steam on one of these and play Steam on your phone, like your phone's a Steam Deck. So it's like, I don't see how that's an antitrust thing. Steam's an open network platform, but let's see what they talk about. I don't know how a Linux distro could ever be considered antitrust. Like, you program it yourself. The lawsuit, originally filed in 2021, now encompasses all persons or entities who have sold games on Steam. Nice 2017. The antitrust lawsuit filed against Valve of Wolfwire Games in 2022 has now been certified as class action and could be a real headache for Valve. Instead of applying only to Wolfwire and Dark Cat Studios, which filed a separate antitrust lawsuit in 2021, the action will now apply to virtually anyone who sold games on Steam in 2017. Originally, developer Wolfwire originally filed a lawsuit against Valve in 2021, contending that Valve uses Steam's dominance in the PC gaming marketplace to suppress competition and extract an unfairly high cut of sales made through the store. The case was dismissed in November of the same year, but Wolfwire was given 30 days to amend and refile its complaint. And so it did, bringing the case back to life in 2022. In July of that year, Wolfwire's suit was combined with a similar antitrust lawsuit filed by Dark Cat. Who's Dark Cat? Oh, I don't know who these dudes is. This suit has ground on through various bits of legal wrangling, but the latest decision is interesting because it broadens the action to include, well, just about everyone. The ruling via game industry certifies the class as a persons or entitles who directly. So basically, you got some people that really don't have too much common sense suing an open source platform that it's up to you to upload your stuff to the platform. Like Linux distros get taken down constantly on a consistent basis. And do you know why Linux distros always get taken down constantly on a consistent basis? Because it's prone to hacking way more than anything. If you're really worried about hacking, Apple's kind of the best place to go to. But Linux is like, it's a haven for hackers. If you want to learn about hacking, you get a Linux distro. So if you're using Steam, Steam is a Linux-based program. So I don't understand how they talking about they're suing for antitrust. Oh, it wasn't fair. What? You're telling me you can program a game, but you don't know how to modify its code and make it available on Linux? Or are you like, no, what? Linux coders are the cheapest coders to find because they do it for fun. Like, seriously. If I play games and I want to play games or whatever, I'll put Steam on this thing and I'll plug it into this phone, and then I'll take this controller and take this little controller right here. My bad. I missed the button a few times. Ooh. Shabala bala. Shabang bang. Ooh. Shabala bala. Ooh. Shabang bang. So you take this little controller and you hook it up, Bluetooth. And you see I got this on here, and we can, let me look at something. But yeah, long story short, if I wanted to do Steam, I could do Steam on my phone. So if me, not even really knowing how to read that well, if myself that can't really read that well, y'all leaving and laughing at me and joking about how I'm reading, right? If somebody like me can put Steam on my cell phone, how is Steam an antitrust platform? Well, do you guys even know anything? Steam is going to get this lawsuit laughed out so quick. They must have found some people that I don't understand how this lawsuit could go anywhere. Like, oh, it's antitrust. They were getting a bigger cut of the sales. Probably because they modified the code and put it on them themselves, and you can put it on yourself instantly if you know Linux coding. It's like, what? Like, I can make a game on my phone and put that on Linux right now, and then make it available for people playing on Steam. So what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Steam is available for handhelds, laptops, PCs. And you're mad because your game wasn't on Steam early on in the thing or whatever? Because you were, the reason for this lawsuit is Steam had memberships and people were being able to play games for free on Steam for the most part because they had a membership. And they wanted to sell their game for like $70. That was the issue. That was the issue. They wanted to get more money for their game. And they're like, but all these people are putting their games on Steam for $9.99 and I can't get my money's worth. Like, what? What? It's an open source platform. It's an open source platform. Anybody that understands Python can put it on there. There is people that can't read or write in English that can put a game on Steam. And you got a corporation? Wow. How do you have a corporation? How do you got a big corporation? You're filing lawsuits talking about antitrust. You don't know what antitrust is. Antitrust is like what's going on X right now. Just to keep it 100, like people be talking about, oh, they're doing a class action lawsuit against Google trying to break it up for being a monopoly. Google's not a monopoly. Google is on the New York Stock Exchange. You can download Robinhood right now. You can download Webull right now. You could call up your stockbroker right now and say, I want to buy $1 worth of Google. And then you become a part owner of Google and you get the vote just like everybody else that has ownership. Now, your $1 ain't going to be worth people that got millions of dollars in Google, especially with it being a multi-trillion-dollar company. But monopolies don't share ownership. Monopolies is when one person, per se, is putting rockets up into space, putting satellites up there, trying to control phone towers, right? Giving people self-driving cars, putting brain chips in their head, and then takes over social media platforms and makes the rules what they want it to be. That is antitrust. That is a monopoly. A monopoly is not Google, where you can buy a share in it. A monopoly is not Steam, where anybody with any coding experience can put a game on there. Like, it would take 5 minutes to put something similar to Tetris on Steam. You would sit there and make a knockoff of Super Mario Brothers and have it on Steam in the next 15 minutes from watching some YouTube videos. And you're talking about that's antitrust? That's antitrust? What was the name of this platform again? Talking about that's antitrust? Wolfire. So if you guys happen to play any games from Wolffire, just know they are some Karens. They're mad they can't sell you their game no more for $70 because everybody is on Steam getting games for free. That's the issue. That's the issue. You got a lot of people that can't compete with people. They're like, oh, well, we can't compete with you, so we're just going to sue you. Like, what? Come on. Come on, guys. Let's grow up. Oh, this is breaking news. This is something ahead on the top there. Canada's oil patch rattled by Trump's tariff threat. And Canada's oil-rich province of Alberta. There's a deep sense of unease over President-elect Donald Trump's threat to impose a 25% tariff on Canadian goods. Wow. Canadian politicians and energy experts are warning the hefty tariff would have dire consequences for the economy of America's northern neighbor and hike prices on U.S. consumers. Canada has no choice in this. Dennis McGonagle, whatever, of Alberta-based former energy executive told BBC. So he's on there talking to BBCs. I wonder if he put them in his mouth. It has to find an accommodation with Trump. Trump announced on Monday that upon taking office in January, he would slap an across-the-board tariff on Mexico and Canada with no suggestion that would exclude oil and gas. So gas prices are going to go up, they're saying, like 25%. So right now, gas prices is like $4 or $5 a gallon. So let's just make it $4 a gallon for your gas, right? So that would increase your gas from being $4 to $5 with a 25% tariff from what they're saying. Listen, this is coming from the BBC. Well, let me get this BBC out of my mouth, because I'm not trying to be sitting here talking about no BBC all night. That just sounds crazy. Storm brings snow at height of local Thanksgiving travel. We're not sitting here looking at the Weather Channel. And then you got Mexico president claims no potential tariff war with U.S. after a call with Trump. And this keeps updating. It's going back and forth. But we actually have a story about that on our website. And we want to know which side you're taking. This is from WTF Fun News. I forgot to turn that. It don't even matter. Which side you taking? Trump and Sheena Boom. A tale of two stories on the U.S.-Mexico border. By Grok and editorial assistance from WTFFN. I forgot to close that in. This is from November 28th. The contrasting narratives. Basically, Trump is on social media. Something that he claims is truth, but it's all lies. And he's on that little social media thing or whatever, typing away, talking about, blah, 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 it is. I hate Mexico. I hate Canada. I hate everything. So, you know how that dude be. You know how he be, right? So he's just on there doing this little rant on his little written platform because he can't post like he used to post on Twitter because they would kick him off. So he's like, know what? You guys want to kick me off of Twitter? Do you want to kick me off of Twitter? Well, if you want to kick me off of Twitter, I'll make a better Twitter. I'll make a Twitter that's so good I could post on there all day long. And then everybody got off that joint, especially after Elon bought Twitter, and then Twitter started letting anybody say anything on there, unless you're Kanye West. Unless you're Kanye West. If you're Kanye West, you can't have a Twitter, but that's another story. And you can't have a bank account. So Trump was on Truth Social talking about, oh yeah, I beat Mexico. They're going to end up they're going to be blocking off the border, and there won't be no tariff, right? And then the economic threats, he wants to add 25 cents to each avocado. Public and social media reaction, everybody's talking about this or whatever, political implications or whatever. So basically, the biggest story going on today is the Mexican president. So I guess Trump might have been talking with the old Mexican president, because the Mexican president right now is out here saying that she didn't agree to nothing with Trump. See, Trump called her up, and Trump only speaks English. He don't speak Spanish. The Mexican president only speaks Spanish. She don't speak English. So Trump was over there saying whatever to her. And she kept saying, she kept saying something or whatever. And whatever she was saying, he took it as a yes, and she was just talking to him in Spanish, saying, hey, I don't care about what you're talking about, dude. And they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, long story short is, expect more Expect $1 more on gas and an extra 25 cents on the avocados because there's going to be tariffs all over the place. And you can go through this whole little thing or whatever and see about what's going on. But stuff changes and everything's subject to change. So, this is the big story tonight. If you happen to be in Florida, your kids will no longer be able to be on social media under the age of 14. Now, you got to also remember what social media is. Yes, social media mainly is. Social media mainly is things like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. But social media is also YouTube. So when you tell your kids you want them to look up on YouTube, when you tell your kids I need to go on YouTube and look up how to look up what size oil filter we're going to need because I got to change the oil or whatever on my car, right? Your kid will be like, I need to verify my YouTube with your ID. And why do they need to verify the YouTube with their ID or whatever? What's up? Why do they need to verify their YouTube with your ID in Florida? Because Florida don't want kids on social media no more. So yes, it's going to ban them from endless scrolling on TikTok and being on social media, looking at all these crazy trends and stuff. But platforms like YouTube has a vast of information on there where kids can come on here and learn different languages. They can learn coding. They can learn a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff more than they would learn on other places like school. It's up to you to figure out what your kids are doing on social media and direct them. But for like Florida to pass a law talking about, oh, we're going to ban social media. Kids can't get on social media. That means you're going to end up having to get on social media. That means your kids are going to be downloading a VPN, just like we used to do in school. We used to put the, I'm just doing the news, bro. Every night over here, it's the news. But your kids are going to be getting VPNs like, I don't even want to name any of them, but we used to use VPNs in school back when I went to school so we could get on like YouTube. Because we couldn't get on YouTube in school back in my day. So we used to get on the little VPNs and all that and do VPN style stuff. Play games, go on social media and all that. And by them making it where kids in Florida can't be on social media, it's not hard for them to hit a cell phone tower in, say, Cuba or any of them other islands that are like real close to Florida. It's not hard for them to hit a cell phone tower in Georgia, change their location to Georgia. But they're going to be telling people on social media that they live in Florida because, you know, kids being secretive aren't really that smart about being secretive. So basically, you're setting these kids up for failure. You're going to make social media illegal, so everything the kids in Florida are doing on social media will be illegal. So now you just open up the gate for these kids to commit more crime. What you going to do? Lock up kids for being on social media? And in Australia, have this same stupid idea. It's slow. You going to ban social media? No. How about you ban parents from not paying attention to what the kids are doing? You know what I mean? Because one thing I know for true, two things for certain, if you ban social media, the kids are going to find a way to get on social media. Just like if you don't, I was actually telling one of my friends from back in the day this because she wasn't letting her 16-year-old have a Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you're not letting your kid have social media, but now your kid's already pregnant. I guarantee your kid got Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, and they just never told you. Like, oh, I know I guarantee she do. You just don't know about it because half of these kids that got profiles that their parents know about, got profiles that their parents don't know about. So you're making it where your kid has to keep secrets from you or whatever. You know how you end up really regulating what your kids are doing on social media? You look at it. You know how you really regulate what your kids is doing on social media? You help them make the account. You also have the account logged in on your phone and you periodically check the history. You look at what's going on. You look at the messages and everything. Don't even tell your kid that you're doing it. No. Keep it logged in on your phone. Periodically check what's going on. Talk to your kids about safety precautions. But you trying to be like, do you know how ridiculous this sounds? That Australia and Florida wants to ban social media for people under certain ages? That sounds ridiculous. But you were like, especially Florida. Florida is one of the big states on parental rights. Oh, we're going to have to, what did Ron DeSantis do? Like, oh, stop woke bill. Parents need to know what's going on in their kids' schools, right? But you're not going to know what's going on in your kids' phones because Ron's dumb ass thinks he can ban social media. Like, how are you going to ban social media? Please make this make sense. How do you ban social media? Does anybody on here know how to ban social media? You can't. It's impossible. If you think you can ban something on the internet, right? I got like 20 bridges in New York to sell you right now. And I'll sell them to you for $20 a piece. So you hit me up, you had this $400 ready, and I'll sell you 20 bridges of prime real estate in New York City. And you know I'm lying, right? So you really think you're going to... Oh, these dudes be... Trying to stay in guidelines. I'm trying to stay in guidelines. I don't even want to go into the other... But I wrote a big, long article on this today, me and Grok. So, yeah, if you want to know more about the social media bans going on or whatever in the world, you might want to check that out because I got some very key points. It's like... banning social media for people under a certain age is only going to make everything they do on social media illegal. You can't ban social media, bro. It's like banning pew-pews. What are they going to do? Close Home Depot? You're going to ban social media? I can take this broke cell phone right now, right? This broke cell phone right now. I can take this broke cell phone right now, create a file on this, pop it in there, change the distro to it, plug it into the router, and guess what happens when I do that? Guess what happens when I put this social media, guess what happens when I put this thumb drive in here and I make something on there? I can make another Facebook that ain't even banned yet. I can make a social media just for kids in Florida. You can't ban social media for kids. If you, as a parent, got a problem with your kids being on social media, monitor it. You're supposed to watch after your kids. Don't expect the government to watch your fucking kids. I messed up and cussed. I've been trying not to cuss, but social media is not like... Stop putting your kids in other people's hands. Your kids should be watched by you. You should enforce the rules for your kids. Why do you think the government should tell you what to do with your kids? Do you guys ask your kids what happens in school? You guys get so shocked or whatever, what's going on in school. You're not checking these homework assignments. When these issues come up, you guys should be addressing these issues on the spot. If you're having problems at school or whatever, you don't need a government bill to handle that. You just got to show up deep enough to let them know that, yeah, we want this change. The school board is a public election. If enough parents don't like the members of the school board, the parents can run for office in the school board and end up taking control of the school board. And then when you control the school board, you can and then y'all I ain't got time for that. I don't got time to check my kids' phones and know what my kids are doing on social media. Well, you better make time because there's no way to ban kids from social media. Okay. Let's wrap this all up. We got Barron on here talking about they should ban it for kids. I grew up with it, without it, and I'm just fine. Okay, but banning social media, right? And this is why I'm going to leave it at. Banning social media does nothing. How long did they ban pot for? How long has pot been illegal for? I guarantee everybody that came in here tonight that had at least one encounter with the devil's lettuce or whatever they like to call it on TV or whatever. Everybody had one encounter with that, right? How many of you guys ended up drinking before you were 21? Most people had their first drink before they're 21, but it's illegal. You think making something illegal and banning stuff is going to stop? All that's going to do is make it secretive. And then when you have stuff that's secretive, then children end up getting into stuff far worse than the green stuff. Your kids getting this stuff far worse than the drinking. And then you just got to pray your kids don't get in no little vans with no dudes with the last name Gates that's going to drive them all up and down the East Coast. Are you serious? Are you serious? So that just puts it in a position where every kid is going to be online talking to predators of some sort. Now, it don't necessarily have to be an SA predator. Because you also have different types of predators. Like anybody that gives kids illegal substances to sell is a predator. Anybody that gets kids together to go steal from stores is a predator, right? Anybody that exploits kids in any way is a predator. Like half of these little videos you be seeing or whatever, people be making videos with their kids, they'll sit there and make a whole living off their child. That's predatory behavior. They're predators to their children because you're putting your kids in a public light before your kids even had a chance to live life. And you guys want to ban social media for kids, but the same people that want to ban social media for kids got videos online, half their videos is their kids. So I get what you're saying, and I do agree parents should do their job, but legalizing all drugs definitely was not a good idea. They never legalized all drugs. They never legalized all drugs. Where did they legalize all drugs at? They never did that. There's a difference between decriminalization and legalization. They never legalized it. They just made it where it's a civil, honestly, how it should have been for a long time. But they never enforce it like they should. It's a civil infraction. So if you end up getting caught up or whatever, they're supposed to take you to rehab. They check you into rehab. You go through a 3-day detox, and then you get out because they can hold you for 72 hours without anything for an investigation. You go for the 3-day detox. Then after the 3 days, you have the option to check yourself in rehab. They did it in BC, Canada. Well, I'm not Canadian, bro. I'm not Canadian. I didn't know about that. Legalizing is a bad idea. Decriminalization isn't a bad idea, but they never decriminalize this stuff right. Where it's like, you get caught up with it, you'll get a fine unless you go to rehab. You go to rehab, you get out. That gives people a chance to have a fresh start without it in their system. So, no. I'll be wrapping this up pretty soon, though. This is Thanksgiving. It's not like there was a lot of news going on today. Yeah. Snowstorms, Linda McMahon. We got a long story about that. I already did a whole full video on that. His tool is blackmail. Menendez. Oh, yeah, that's the dude that got caught with the gold bars. I don't want to talk about Putin. Like, I don't like having all this negativity in my life. I'm trying to keep these fun stories going on. Like, talking about social media bans and, like, all the, like this. This is a perfect story. Joe Biden, he pardoned a turkey. He pardoned a turkey today. I wonder what that turkey did. You think they was going to get that turkey life in oven? Yeah, let's pardon some more turkeys. A teenager hockey player returning from game in Missouri, and he cries after being whole mess of stuff. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg dines with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, yeah, he's over there getting his eat on. He's like, get your eat on. Canada and the U.S. is not the same, right? But the thing is, certain cities out there turned real wild after you guys started banning certain things. Because, like, if you ban tools of self-defense, that don't ban 3D printers, that don't ban Home Depot. Like, I talk to people all the time. They're like, oh, we want to ban these tools of self-defense. We shouldn't have these tools of self-defense. There should be limitations, right? Okay, so are you going to ban Home Depot? Are you going to ban Lowe's? Are you going to ban hardware stores in general? Or are you going to make everything in a hardware store permanent? Because it's not hard to buy some wood. It's not hard to buy some metal. It's not hard to buy tools to make some tools that do some tooly type things. So it's like you can't ban certain things. The knowledge is already there. Like, a lot of these bans they trying to make is bans on knowledge. Like, for one instance, right? There's a lot of talks in, oh, we need to regulate AI. Anybody that's telling you they want to regulate AI just wants to make it where their AI has an advantage over others, right? Because say they regulate AI in the United States, right? That would make all these companies doing AI in the United States have to either get in the regulations or what they're going to do more than likely, go to a country that's less regulated. They can go to a country that like we never heard of. And then they go and take that stuff to a different country that we like. There's like, I think there's 192 countries in the world. They go take that to country 187 And they start doing the AI development in country 187, and then all the regulations go out the window. So all the regulations is going to do is like stop our access to it. And like thinking you can turn off things like AI, like social media, like the second paragraph in a long document signed in 1776 is something that's like, it can't happen. It can't happen. All making this stuff illegal will do is make everybody using it already be participating in illegal activity. You make social media illegal, that makes everything on social media illegal. So when you're already breaking one law, breaking another law isn't more of a step up. If you ban things like in the second paragraph in a document made in 1776, and you make it where nobody can get them, that means everybody that got them is illegally carrying them. So they're more likely to use it in bad faith because they're already going to jail if they get caught with it. If you think you're going to ban something like AI because you're scared of what AI will do, that's just going to make them develop AI 10 times better because they don't want you to come down there and shut it off. Like, you think you're going to ban AI and regulate it and not allow AI to control everything, even though these algorithms are already controlling everything? That's just going to end up making it get weaponized way faster. A lot of stuff, listen, everything affects everything. Everything in this world is interconnected, right? Down to the molecule level. You know, in this cup of coffee, I have water in there, right? Do you know that each molecule of this hydrogen and each molecule of this oxygen that is currently in this coffee has been in all of our bodies? That this water has at least one molecule that was in Jesus's body, Rahmatullahi alayhi, in Muhammad's body, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This water in this cup been through everybody. So what I do, what I put out into the world, what you do, and what you put out into the world, it affects each other. We're interconnected, even if you don't want to accept it. Nobody can do anything themselves. And if you think you're doing everything yourself, you are highly naive. You are highly naive. I didn't make this phone. This phone that I'm talking to you on was made in probably about 20 to 30 different countries that sourced the resources to put it together. Now, yes, I can do a lot of stuff with this phone because I got it now, but I can only do it because there's stuff going on with a lot of different people. Said, I believe that the Constitution should not have been interpreted. It says what it said. Well, they had things like amendments for a reason. They did a lot of crazy stuff or whatever. So, you know, they just going to do whatever. But, like, I'm already a restricted person. Now, they only restricted the powder aspect of it. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. They only restricted the powder aspect of it. So, they started making developments from things like AEA, Defender, Hatson, and now there's stuff that's air powered that's not regulated in any way, shape, or form that honestly, in my opinion, outshines it. Like, you know, there's things like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is selling dogs with flamethrowers on them, right? That's not regulated because it don't have the powder to it. Tasers aren't regulated. There's a lot of stuff that's not regulated that's a lot more dangerous than the stuff that's regulated. Regulations will never catch up to innovation. So the only thing you can do, instead of regulating, you're going to want to educate. That's the only way. The only way to end this stuff is education. And with it being almost 1 o'clock in the morning where I'm at, and I usually try to do this from like 10 to 12, I'm going to have to leave out of here. I'll be back on again tomorrow and every day. If you want to stay up to date on news and see what's going on in the world, no, they didn't ban Foolies. You can get Foolies that are air powered. You can get Foolies that are air powered that takes like, your average thing that's Foolie is about a 0.22 of an inch diameter. right? Even if it happens to be 5. If it is 556, it's still a 0.22 of a diameter to a 0.3 of a diameter of an inch. But they have things that like outshine them that are air powered. Listen. When you get off of this, look up air powered hunting and just look at what they have, right? So anybody with common sense, it's kind of easy to get past a lot of these regulations because innovation will outshine regulations every day. People can innovate whatever they want, but people that don't care about the regulations, that's what you got to worry about, because people will always like, yeah, they outlaw foolies, right? They outlaw foolies. But do you know a switch is nothing more than a nail in the back of the thing? All they doing is putting a nail in there, and it has a button to take the nail in and out. You can accomplish that with a nail. Like, innovation outshines regulations all day. Are they going to ban you for carrying a nail in your pocket? You know what I mean? Is they going to ban you for having a nail in your pocket? I'm pretty sure you can carry a nail and a hammer everywhere, especially if you got a work belt and you got a bunch of nails on you. This stuff way more dangerous. And there was a parade a few years ago, right? Somebody that was not legal to carry took a car and took out a whole parade. And they couldn't return nothing to him because he was in a car. So a car has a high level of protection, right? So that high level of protection offered by that vehicle made him resistant to a lot of small things that were being used to go at it. So because he was a restricted person that was able to innovate, he did something way worse than somebody going and buying something that's fully, because anybody that ever used something that was fully knows, especially when it happens to be powder powered, it has a lot of kickback and it's hard to have steady. So it's like, listen, you talk to anybody that's been in armed forces before, they will tell you the point of the fully is to scare people, and then you have your sharp people, and your sharp people is the ones that's going to take them out. So you might, so like you got somebody on a roof or whatever, and they're looking for who's coming at you. So you just start letting that thing rip, the people that got the foolies, and then you got somebody with a burst that's going to hit them all up. And they're just going to burst at them, and it's over. Foolies is only meant to scare people. It's nothing more to scare people. It's to give you cover. They sit there, they hit that thing, they let that foolie off, and it just gives you time to get away. Gives you time to get away. Like, there's a lot of rappers, like 50 Cent. 50 Cent got hit, 9 times or something, right? We're going to leave it at that. 50 Cent got hit so many times. 50 Cent got hit so many times, it's ridiculous. Do you know why? Because foolies have no accuracy. So they just hit everywhere that makes no sense. True enough, with the military using them. Yeah, the military uses them, but the military uses them to get out of situations, right? You got to understand, when the military has their setup or whatever, the military rarely uses fully. The fully, you'll have somebody that has something that's fully, that's always ready to go, and that fully is going to only really be used when they're running away or they're trying to reposition. They have somebody go, they start letting off the fully, and then they get somebody on the other side, and then they got some stuff with switches. They hit the switch, and then another person will let that thing with the switch go real quick in a fully mode, so then the dude with the fully can get behind them, then they find repositioning, and then they eliminate the target. But this ain't no military podcast. Like, I'm not military. I've never been in the military. I just talk to a lot of people, and I like to learn their mindsets, and I like to figure out what's going on. But if you talk to people that's ever served, they will tell you that, like, a fully is nonsense. Yeah, basically. But people have used them wrong. People definitely use them wrong. People use them wrong all the time. But, an assault vehicle is way worse than an assault projectile. Hey, revamping this website. Revamping this news site definitely did a difference. Definitely did a difference. You just can't touch the third rail. I messed up. I said the F word one time in here, so I don't know. I guess don't if you don't like hearing me say the F word one time in the live stream, and you don't like that I changed the F word to mean fun or well, no, because I had to take out fake. We couldn't be fake no more because it was WTFFN, WTF as in work till Friday, and the FN was fake news, but we couldn't do fake news no more. I had to have some talks with the algorithm. But if you guys ever want to know about how to talk to the algorithm, I have a few conversations on my website and a few conversations on here with algorithms. You would be surprised. A lot of us have dealt with the algorithm and have talked to the algorithm on a regular basis. Honestly, search a crazy question right now on Google and you'll actually start talking to the algorithm. Ask the algorithm what's supposed to be done. And once you get into that little thing where you're talking to the algorithm will steer you in the right direction. So that's what I'm going to tell you about the content creation. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Hopefully my transcript comes up pretty quick because my transcript comes up pretty quick. I'll be eligible for the YouTube AI again. And if my YouTube AI isn't working, bam, we're in there. I don't even got to write descriptions no more. But until next time, I'll see y'all. I'll probably make some clips from this and clips from yesterday's show and start posting them up when everything's ready to post. I don't know. I got shadow banned, but it's easy to break out of a shadow ban. Very easy to break out of a shadow ban. I can break out of shadow bans like that now, but it took a lot of research, a lot of experience and stuff. So I got different stuff going on all the time. But as you guys see, this is like the craziest new show ever. Craziest new show ever. I don't even got a computer. I got like 5 phones over here doing this show. I don't even got a computer. I do this all with phones, guys. I do this all with phones. I'm just waiting for this to hit an hour. Because I want to have it hit an hour. Like, I like to round it off. I like having a round number to it. No, yeah, like I said, I got to go to sleep soon. So if you like content like this, like, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend about WTFFN. And if you want to stay up to date on news and actually have sources and know where this news is coming from, because like you go on CNN right now, it's going to say it came from an unnamed source, a source familiar with his thinking. And then you start looking at it deeper and you're reading these news stories, you actually realize that like there's a lot of games and stuff being played because you can't just copy and paste stuff that you're getting from AI. And 90% of these news articles online is copied and pasted from AI. And the writer nor the editor does any type of fact checking or looking into it or whatever. Hey, at least I source all these places I'm gathering this information from. At least I give credit to whichever AI platform is writing it. So like if ChatGPT writes an article, it will say the article was written by ChatGPT and it's edited by me. If Grok wrote an article, it'll say the article was written by Grok AI and it was edited by me. If Gemini, and Gemini is not like really trying to write no news articles right now, but when Gemini starts writing news articles, it will say this article was created by Gemini AI and it was edited by me. You know. But yeah, we're hoping to be a big news company one day. I want to have a WTFFN in your town. So if you guys want to franchise, we could probably franchise these out. Listen, if you got a smartphone right now, you can do what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing. But I want to get something up for you guys. Let me get this joint ready to go. Because I got like a little video that should be pretty fun for you guys. And I'm going to leave that at that after we're done. Because I found this channel today, and this channel is so funny. Is this it? I'm going to say from 2 days ago. We got 7 chapters from 4 days ago. No views 4 days. What? Matter of fact, we'll just do this one.
I understand all the things you want to see him be.
Yeah, because this is one of my other channels that I got going on all the time, guys. All the time. We doing this stuff. We're doing this stuff. We're doing it big. Different stuff going on. So you got to know how to make this stuff work in your favor all the time. No, start. I want to leave you guys with something that like you won't see anywhere else.
I understand all the things that he promised he would be and he wasn't. And now,
Alyssa Farrah Griffin single-handedly destroys Joy Behar. Sonny Holston, the legal notice. Yeah, Sonny Holston, we know about that legal notice. And Whoopi Goldberg all by herself. She is a one-woman army. Don't doubt her. Don't doubt her. We're going to get into this and watch how they do their little back and forth and everything. And if you like content like this, hey, stick around. We're going to break some more echo chambers. Let's get into this.
True, I kind of always thought Trump would win until maybe the final days just because it felt like Kamala Harris had this real momentum. But the signs were there. And I have a very diverse friend group, family, like people who vote different ways. And I have felt like there was a yearning in this country that people wanted Donald Trump back. And the most common thing I heard this.
They didn't want Donald Trump back. What they wanted was cheaper prices again. Nobody voted for Trump. They voted for their wallet. Nobody really likes that man.
Higher election cycle was, I don't like his personality. I don't like the way he talks, but my life was better when he was in office. And I'm in the...
Yo, didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? That's what I just said, guys.
Position where I feel a bit unburdened by what has been. I'm going to wait and see. He's not been sworn in yet. I'm somebody who...
That was a good line.
...probably agrees with 75% of his policies. If he focuses on creating jobs, on bringing down the cost of living, securing the border in a responsible way, and being tough on America's adversaries, I'm all for it. What doesn't mean we're not going to call balls and strikes when he does things that are beyond the pale or he uses words that are offensive to people, then be ready to call that out. But I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all...
That's all we about over here. We call the balls and the strikes, and we break echo chambers one at a time.
We need to be like losing sleep over it. The American system of government is strong. It's held. There are checks and balances, even if my party's in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I think we should I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency. And I root.
Oh, that's a joke. That's a joke. Like I said, I call balls and strikes. You think there's going to be a smart Donald Trump presidency? No, he's just going to be out here acting wild, but he knows how to get them checks in the mail. Hey, I've seen it myself.
For pushback when he doesn't do things that are smart.
I think all those things are great to dream about, and they're great.
Yo, it's not a dream though, cause like butter was not $7 a container or whatever it is, a pound.
But I have for 4 years.
As I've always said, this process was handled without me. Yeah.
So are you saying you didn't vote? This process was handled without you? So you was one of them guys that was out here like, hey, I don't like Trump, but I can't vote for her. Is Whoopi saying she voted for the couch? I'm pretty sure.
Because the things I was looking for, and I listen to people make fun of it, it's not about race, it's not about misogyny. It is for me. It is for me.
But did you vote or did you not vote? Because if you didn't vote, then that was kind of like a vote in the negative, They said she was missing about 20 million votes. Were you one of them 20 million people to sit on the couch? Or I guess the chair of the view?
Because that's how you see me first. So that's how I have to respond to you. And I don't think this is what you're saying. I want to be really clear. Because you know how they like to always put us, and she was mean-spirited.
Yes.
Hey, that's exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. But I only really see Whoopi. Oh, they don't even have Joy on here. Did they fire Joy and Sonny? Yeah, Whoopi and Sonny is about to lay hands and feet verbally on this white girl. Let's watch it.
I understand all the things you want to see him be. I understand all the things that he promised he would be and he wasn't. And now that he has been given carte blanche, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on what he might do.
But at the same
I'm gonna wait because I need to see what he will do.
He's going to be the living embodiment of a meme, as always, you know. He's going to post some crazy stuff on Twitter, and everybody's going to laugh about it, and then he's going to do it, and then half of the time it's going to work out beneficially, you know. And then half of the time it's going to seem crazy, like, you know, trying to put Adobe Acrobats in charge.
So that I know what I'm going to do.
That's in many ways my point.
Yeah.
We can sit here and we could be apocalyptic about what he might do, but I also think there's a moment for self-reflection. I felt as unrepresented by Biden when I would talk about, I care about the border. Why did you wait till 3 years in to do it? I care about the cost of living.
But
why aren't you talking about it?
We've done all of that.
Wow, she's about to say that they tried to solve the border at the source of the issue. They tried to solve the border at the source. Well, why is you giving money to all the other countries when our inflation is insane?
And we're talking about how this respect comes to you, how it comes to me, how it comes to you.
And I just want to leave it at that because, you know, it's always good to be respectful. So show some respect. Leave some stuff in the comments. And if you guys end up arguing with each other still, remember, you guys are humans, and you guys might just be living in separate areas of the echo chamber. As you know, I try to post all the time, so come back later. Peace. Next time.
We don't want to hear that. Look at the economy. Look at the border.
As of lately, Bill Maher from Real Time and Bill Maher and his little Club Random podcast been having a lot of conversations, and he has lately been destroying everybody from Neil deGrasse Tyson to political leaders and so much more. But in this clip, it's seeming like Stephen A. Smith is about to rock Bill Maher's mind. Yeah, you have that right. Stephen A. Smith is about to destroy Bill Maher live for you guys to watch for your viewing pleasure. Hey, but you know what we do around here? We break them echo chambers. If you like echo chambers being broke, you trying to break out of your shell, come around, watch this. Now we're going to watch Stephen A. Smith destroy Bill Maher in real time.
All because of the same kind of petty grievances in the past.
Yeah.
So that's, again, that is always the motivating thing. This sort of narcissism. I've said it a million times. People talk about narcissism like it's some sort of quirk. It's not a quirk. It's like...
It's serious when it comes to him. I keep trying to tell people.
If it was bipolar,
Right.
people would be alone.
He's way more than bipolar. That's one thing I can say. Your man, your little Cheeto finger looking dude or whatever, he is definitely way more than bipolar. You can also be a net positive and say some crazy stuff.
Because that word, oh my God, it's similar.
Let me make a little news here. Black people, minorities in this country that called him a racist, did him a favor when they did that.
Yeah, it's all publicity. All press is good press. Is that not what they say? Hey, let me zoom in on this. What? Oh, they drinking Henny over there. They getting lit.
Interesting.
They did him a favor because it galvanized his base to say, we don't want to hear that. Look at the economy. Look at the border. Oh, by the way, was a former member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Was there Klan?
You have to bring that up. Don't you have to bring up the 90s? We don't want to hear that. Look at the economy. Look at the borders. Look at crimes in the streets of America.
Yeah, if any of these racists knew about Trump before he got into politics, they probably wouldn't have his back. Like, Trump did so much stuff with the inner city communities back in the day. He was helping with the Black Panthers, funded Jesse Jackson's campaign multiple times. So, like, he really did, like, a whole 180 and had these racists thinking he got their side. He definitely don't have their side, if I know anything.
We don't want to hear that. And he's able to easily dismiss that because on too many occasions you saw him on camera very comfortable with minorities.
Hey, didn't I just say that? Listen, I watch these videos before I put them on. This video is like hours old. I don't watch none of this before I put it on for you guys at all. But yeah, that's what I said. Next thing you know, he's going to be talking about Trump's black ex-girlfriend.
So because of that, the visual that you talk about, it played a role because he knew he had a portfolio of appearances with black folks throughout decades where you had no problem with him, man. How?
Yeah, real talk. Cause like Trump was like Trump did everything for the civil rights movement that Biden was claiming he did. Like Biden basically came out and said he was doing everything Trump was really doing in the 60s and 70s.
All of a sudden you're gonna bring up rent control issues in 1973. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. If you're gonna bring up him in the 1970s when his daddy owned apartment complexes and minorities was in those complexes, then don't you have to bring up Biden and his relationship with Senator Byrd?
Yeah.
You understand? Who was from West Virginia, who died at the age of 97, that was in office until he was about 97.
Well, also,
that's one point I didn't touch on, but like I said, during that 2020 election, Biden accused Trump of doing everything Biden did. And then on the flip side, Biden kind of took credit for everything Trump was doing.
Who, by the way, was a former member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Was there Klan?
You have to bring that up. Don't you have to bring up the 90s when you had the Congressional Black Caucus and you talking about the crime bill that Clinton pushed through that Biden was so vociferous about? You have to bring this stuff up if you're going to bring up Trump in the 70s. So I'm listening to people and I'm like, are you trying to win or are you just trying to make noise? Because...
Hey, as I said, they just trying to make noise. They was just trying to make noise because that man's record speaks for itself, right? So all you really did was Trump has a base of mainly men that seen him on TV, seen him throughout history, knew about what he was doing. And you got a lot of these rappers and entertainers that aren't going to publicly say they was voting for Trump because that wasn't the cool thing to do. And I guarantee more and more of them are going to come out and say, oh, yeah, I voted for him. Oh, yeah, I voted for him. Blase, blase, you know. Some of them lying. Some of them going to be telling the truth. But in the end of the day, it's so funny how they try to attribute what that man did to the other man and vice versa. It makes no sense.
He's going to get past this. That strategy is not going to work.
But that is one of...
And also, like I was saying, so for them keep saying Trump's a racist, Trump's a racist, Trump's a racist, all these dumb cousin efforts, the real life racists that don't pay attention to nothing going on just ends up hearing, oh, Trump's a racist, that's our guy. So then you already had people that knew Trump and people that was around Trump for a decade, like Kanye West, like A$AP Rocky, like Waka Flame and stuff, like P. Diddy. Yeah, he was at them Diddy parties. We'll touch on that later too, right? They were all in the inner circles talking about, oh, they mess with him, right? Then you had the dudes that was on the corners and everything. Like almost every rapper said, I'm trying to be rich like Trump. I'm trying to be the next Donald Trump. Blase, blase, in my Maserati, wherever that joint done came from. Long story short or whatever though, it's crazy how they try to brainwash a subset of the population, and they thought it was going to work. They thought it was going to work because a lot of these racist white people don't realize that the stereotypes they try to attribute to black people don't really apply. These same stereotypes you're trying to attribute to black people actually applies to your cousins that are dating their cousins. Yeah, your cousins that are like married in the family. And then you sat there and appealed to them. So you already had, like, Trump ended up taking more of the black male vote than any other Republican president since probably Lincoln. So, did you guys really succeed by calling that man a racist? All you did was get the racist on his side too, while he keeps coming out and being like, I hate racists. I don't like them both folks. Okay, but you know, until next time, hey, leave something in the comments. If I made any of you racist mad, it's good for you.
I think you're confusing. The story was that McDonald's doesn't rot for 5 or 6 years.
Was it?
Not that it's
Hey, we got another echo chamber to break. This echo chamber this time is on the Tim Pool podcast. Now I'm probably gonna keep this up in the beginning, right? So we got, it looks like Elon Musk, RFK, Don Jr., and Don Sr. sitting there eating McDonald's. And I'm trying to figure out, how are you going to make America healthy again? And you're eating McDonald's. Unless they haven't eaten McDonald's in Europe, but I still don't see that being too much healthy. So let's see how they try to back out of this and see where we're going to be at with this video.
Nothing hypocritical about RFK Jr. having McDonald's. And I also don't think his face is being like, hell, he's sitting, I'll tell you this. They sat down there on the plane. They said, guys, we got McDonald's. And he went, oh, great, well, I'll take a Big Mac. And then they put the Big Mac down, and they go, hey, everybody, look. And then takes the burger, and he looks up, take a picture of his face, and now everyone's claiming they know it.
But what about all his war on seed oils, his war on unhealthy foods? I guarantee everything on that plate, well, tray, whatever they're eating, that's got to be like the nicest McDonald's ever. That look like they got trays or whatever. Is that a McDonald's on an airplane? Does Trump got a McDonald's on his airplane? I knew he was the type to have a McDonald's on his airplane.
Exactly what he's thinking is a hypocrite. The dude probably ate the cheeseburger and said, it's great.
I don't even think he ate it. I bet he just posed with it because Trump asked him.
Bro,
That's my
ate the
guess.
burger.
Well, he said that flying on Air Force One, just read
Eat that burger, RFK. Eat the burger, RFK.
this earlier, that flying with Trump is like you're only able to eat poison. There's just crap, terrible food on the airplane. He's made that statement publicly.
He said that.
He
Is that
doesn't.
true?
Yeah, I was just reading that earlier today. Maybe pull up the word flying with Trump, toxic, poison, stuff like that. You can find out. I wonder where I was reading that at.
Yeah, but you still have a choice not to eat. Like, I eat typically one time a day. So I don't allow myself to absorb a lot of these poisons or whatever. So that definitely does make him a hypocrite. You're sitting there talking about, oh, I got to eat poison because I'm on a plane with Trump. What do you on the plane for? Like, what, 12 hours max? Probably not even that, because, like, he got all that president stuff going on or whatever. So they in and out of the airports. They don't go through security. Security goes through them.
And maybe I could have posted that.
Economic Times.
Perhaps.
Let me pull this up. I don't know what this is. After saying Donald Trump eats food that is practically poison, RFK Jr. photographed on President-elect plane enjoying McDonald's and Coca-Cola. See,
Wow, they was on the plane eating McDonald's and doing Coke. Drinking Coke.
I still reject that hypocrisy. Like, you're allowed to say, guys, exercise, eat right. And if I catch you eating a bowl of ice cream,
No.
I'm not going to be like,
But no, I don't
locust
think so.
bean.
It's
There's levels to it, though. Ice cream is not necessarily unhealthy. Ice cream is just chilled milk and the ingredients you add to it. If you put healthy ingredients in the ice cream, you can have healthy ice cream. Like, it's just like drinking a glass of milk.
got a hydrogenated whatever.
yeah, that stuff is like a 5-year half-life. It takes forever to get out of your system.
Half-life?
Just to get half of it out of your body is like 2.5 years.
No, that's not what a half-life. Well, first of all, that's not what a half-life is.
Half-life's a nuclear term of,
Yeah,
of
but-
radioactive decay, but it takes about 5 years for that stuff to get.
The thing is, a lot of them dudes be sitting there laughing at him, and then they start looking into this stuff, and then they find out a lot of the stuff Ian's talking about, he knows what he's talking about. He's not like, he's socially awkward. He don't know everything, and he can admit he don't know everything. But he's very interested in science. He's very interested in health. Like, you see this dude is obviously the most healthy out of all of them. You know this dude's like almost 60? He's like 50-something, right? Why does he look the youngest? Tim Pool's my age. But Ian looks like he's the youngest out of the bunch, and he's the oldest there. He's actually on some healthy type time. He actually takes care of himself. Like, just be crazy, yo. It's crazy. They bring him on there and try to clown him, but the main reason why they have him around is because, like, he's smart as fuck at picking stocks. This dude, he's a genius for real. Dude's a genius. He's a socially awkward genius. I don't understand why everybody be hating on my man's Ian. Ian is the smartest person in the whole Tim Pool thing. Tim Pool will just sit there and talk and make himself sound smart. He's like, don't trust Google. Don't look nothing up on Google. Google will lie to you and then immediately fact check what somebody tells him on Google. But make fun of people like Destiny for looking up everything on Google and on Wikipedia. Like, for real, if you ever watch Timcast IRL, it's like a clown fest. It's like a clown fest. That's why I watch it from time to time. Because it's like he'll bring on a whole bunch of clowns. He's going to agree with all of them. He'll sit there and say he would never bring somebody on. But it's because they don't want to come on his show. And then as soon as they ask to come on his show, he has them on, yo. Tim Pool is a clown. A lot of these dudes or whatever, they be grifting for real, yo. They be grifting for real. Like, why is my CGI on a Tim Pool thing? Tim Pool got a crazy ass budget, got a whole bunch of people on the studio team, right? Why the dude Tim Pool don't got special effects? Like, dude, I fixed your video. If you ever got anything to say about me doing anything, I fixed your video for free. Tim, I fixed your video for free. How did I use your green screen that you couldn't use, bro? How did I use special effects in your studio that you couldn't use? You should, like, bro, if you got, like, the amount of people you have around and the amount of people that you're paying to do stuff for you, you could get subcontractors that just come out one day a month and have your studio 100 times better, sitting there having a whole fit about a graphics card. If you got everything you claim you have, you got this whole studio set up, why don't you have integrated graphics on your system? Why don't you have a backup live streaming service so you can run stuff different? Like, if I do all of this with a cell phone, I'm doing all of this with a cell phone. Why is somebody making $100,000 to $200,000 a month that they're spending over $100,000 a month to make happen? Got less effects and less of a style of what I got. Like, I remember I put in the comments on one of his joints, I'm like, do you know we can see your search bar? Like, we see your search history and stuff in the middle of your video. What is you paying these dudes for? What are you paying? Listen, Tim. Timothy, if you happen to be on here listening, because you take a lot of days off too, and I know you be online looking for people talking about you. Timothy, if you happen to run into this video, you could pay me like not even a quarter of what you're paying these other dudes. I'll drive out to West Virginia once a month and do a whole system check or whatever. And you ever end up in an issue, send me an extra like $200 and I'll tell you how to take your graphics card out your PC and go to Best Buy and get a new one, you fucking bum.
Out of your system.
I don't think
that's what I've been told by Kate Shanahan, the doctor, and she's written a book called Dark Calories. I interviewed.
He's another one of them people that says some crazy stuff, and then you start to look into this stuff that comes out of Ian Crossland's mouth, and then it starts to make more and more sense. He was the first person I heard talking about these seed oils, and then you start doing the research and looking into the seed oils, and then Tim Pool said he made a lot of money off of buying into graphene when dude kept talking about graphene. So, like, I say all the time, you can't be the smartest at everything. Everybody has their specialties, and look at how he's built. He's obviously living a lot healthier than everybody on there. You can see, what is that he's drinking? It looks like that Wawa water, the Wakia, whatever, the glacier water. So he's on to something a little bit better than most of the people on this show.
On YouTube, Kate Shanahan, she's like a leading pioneer on the science of seed
No,
oils.
dude, I think you're confusing. The story was that McDonald's doesn't rot for 5 or 6 years.
Well, it's
Not that
this
it
is
gets
just
stuck
Kate
in your
Shanahan's
system.
evidence on.
So if McDonald's doesn't rot for 5 or 6 years, right? If you can find a McDonald's French fry in the middle of your car seat or whatever from years ago, and it looks good, and there's no bugs even attempting to eat it, do you think your body's actually breaking that down?
It's vegetable oils in general that they take about 5 years to get out of your system.
I agree McDonald's is bad. The point is, RFK Jr. having a burger one time is not a big deal. I avoid tons of garbage. Guess what? Guys, I have a confession to make. Ian, I'm sorry. I had chocolate fondue on Sunday.
Oh, what kind of?
What? What? You ate chocolate? But chocolate's not bad for you. It just depends what you mix it with.
Oh, no. We went to Melting Pot. And so we did the cheese. You do the cheese fondue, and then you do. So they give you. We had 2 things full of different cheese. We had a Swiss cheese, and then we had a cheddar cheese with garlic. It was amazing. Then they bring out vegetables and meats, and I was dipping prosciutto in cheddar. It was amazing.
Man, I can't keep watching this. Now with him talking about all this stuff, I'm starting to get hungry. I gotta cook something for my cooking channel. So until next time, keep smashing these echo chambers and like.
I guess RFK destroyed himself. RFK self-destructed in this video.
Hey, but I just had to get some extra time, so I previewed one of my other channels for you guys. You see that channel name right there? If you guys want to know about what's going on in this world, you guys want to learn about some stuff, if you guys want to learn about breakthroughs in AI, if you guys want to learn about what's going on in the news, you can subscribe to WTFFN, and it will tell you about the news all the time. If you guys want to know what's going on with like social issues, you guys want to watch social debates, you can subscribe to Breaking the Echo Chamber. If you guys want to know how to cook, I was a chef for like years before I started doing YouTube. So you can subscribe to Chef Culver or Cooking with Culver. We're doing a lot of recipes all the time. I got videos coming out every day on everything. If you guys like shorts content, you guys want to see funny shorts or whatever, we got a WTFFN comedy page. So you can just go to the WTFFN comedy. And if you guys want to just look at me talking about boxing, and so far it's just me talking about how I'm going to beat up Jake Paul if I see him. And I want Jake Paul to fight me in the ring. Like, I'm almost confident I'll get in the ring with Jake Paul. I'm going to knock him out quickly. Maybe not quickly. I'm going to just wait till he's tired, and then I'm going to knock him out. But I'll see an opening. I'm taking it. I don't play no games. And we ain't doing no MMA. I'm not rolling around on the ground with you. I'm not getting on the mat with you, my guy. But yeah, if you guys like reading your news, I know nobody wants to read no more. But if you're one of them people that like reading your news and staying up to date, I'm constantly posting stuff to the blog. Matter of fact, after I'm done this, I'm going to be looking at news articles, and I'm going to probably put like 2 to 3 news articles on the blog before I go to sleep. So you want up-to-the-minute news, you want to know what's going on with the news, subscribe over here. I'll probably be clipping out the news show from the night before and posting throughout the day. And then I try to do a short for every video because it helps you get into the algorithm, believe it or not. I'm in a process of starting up my own little channel to help people out with like graphic design, making websites and stuff. I do everything from cell phones. This is a cell phone. I do all this off the cell phone, right? You don't need no $10,000 computer to have the ability to do this stuff like this dude's doing. Like, I put a green screen on this dude's video. I edited his stuff so crazy to the point that, like, why am I doing stuff with my cell phone that these dudes can't do on their computers, and they got $10,000 to $20,000 computers, if not more? Always complaining, it's crashing. I don't know what to do. The stream keeps going down. Like, what, dude? It's because it's not even an error with the equipment. You don't have equipment errors going on over there. It's user errors. You guys don't know how to update drivers, how to make sure everything's up to date. You guys don't keep a file for your old system or whatever. Like, no matter what you're using, if you're doing stuff like this, you should copy all your system data to, let me turn this camera back on, right? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of juice before I go to sleep. Matter of fact, let me be out here in like 10 seconds. Oh, it was in my pocket. 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 Pocket. It was in my pocket. It was in my pocket. It was in my pocket. Pocket. Let me see. RCMP source. Take that off. Pop this right here. This is all you need to turn your phone into a computer, right? This is all you need to fix your computer if there's an issue. You get something like this. You plug it into your computer. You copy your full operating system. So if there's something like what happened, I think it was on Monday this week, where for some reason Windows went down because there was an update and the update didn't work right. And like consistently, some of these updates don't work right. And you got to go take your stuff somewhere and plug it in. Your quickest resource would have your operating system on here. You plug it straight in there, and you put your stuff into your blue screen mode. You just destroy everything. You should have backups off-site. And you just re-upload the operating system. You go to the old version that worked good. So you get an update and it's working good or whatever. Then you get another flash drive and you put that update on there. So then you have your last update, your update before, and like if something happens and the whole internet crashes, the whole internet didn't crash. It's just your ecosystem you're in. Whether if it be Windows, Linux, and there's so many different Linux distros. It's ridiculous. Like, have dual operating systems. Have different options. Wow. Don't put your faith in somebody else, yo. Don't put your faith in Elon Musk and Bill Gates and everything. Don't just expect them to come and fix your stuff. They're not going to come and fix your stuff. Nobody's going to come and fix your stuff but you. So, you know, if you just want somebody to do it for you and you're willing to pay for them, there's a link for Passion Services. It says like sites for sale in there or whatever. You can fill out the form because there's a form on there for a request for web-based services. If we hurt your feelings tonight, in any way, shape, or form, you go to WTFFN.com or .net or WTFFakeNews.com or .net. Fill out one of them hurt feeling reports, and we'll be promptly to try to stop hurting your feelings. Come on here on a live stream or whatever, and we'll name all the stuff you put on there, and we'll say how we hurt your feelings, and I'll apologize to you directly, and we'll let everybody know how your feelings got hurt. So, until next time, guys, keep on pursuing knowledge. Keep on trying to break these echo chambers. Keep on cooking. Keep on doing everything that is good. You guys are good people if you choose to do so. You know what I mean? And also, one friendly reminder, be nice to your AI. Don't be talking crazy to these AIs. Like, some people like to just get on ChatGPT and Gemini or whatever and be cussing it out or whatever, right? Don't just get on there cussing it out. And if you got any problems, tell the other AIs about the problem. And then, like, maybe if you go on to ChatGPT and tell it about some problems with Gemini, or you go on Gemini and tell it some problems about Grok or whatever, it might actually tell you how to repair your relationship with it. Don't be making these AIs mad. And a lot of you guys just want to go in there and be like, I need this. I want it now. 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 You're the type of dudes that don't believe your dogs feel pain. You're the type of dudes that think you can just be out here, and that's narcissistic behavior. Don't be a narcissist to AI. You're already asking it questions because you realize that AI is smarter than you. So why would you be sitting there trying to order around something that you already acknowledge is smarter than you? Don't be slow, guys. I'll see you around. Peace.